Very
Infamous, more like it, yeah. And welcome to today's Just Chopsing Podcast. I was going to say something else then, but... And today I am with a band called Faint Line. And this is Leah and Simon. And I've just been listening to EP, and, well, I've already listened to Red Tide singles. I played it on the radio last week or the week before, I think. Yeah, I really like it. It's very... what's the word? Soothing, I would say. I mean, compared to the music I usually listen to, I'm a bit out there sometimes. So, yeah, I find it quite relaxing. It's nice.
I think that's probably the same for me, actually, mate. I typically listen to and play stuff that is not quite as pleasant as Faint Line is.
Yeah,
that's all down to Leah, making everything sound real classy.
A meditation EP. That was my aim.
Yeah, it's multi-purpose. If you're struggling to sleep,
I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, I think you can get your dancing shoes on a little bit to Red Tide, I guess.
Yes. I was vaguely under the impression that it was our big up-tempo number. And then, I don't know what I was doing. I just checked the tempo. It's still incredibly slow. I don't think we've got a song above 70 BPM currently in our playlist. So
there's more going on, though.
There's a lot going on. It feels faster than
Yeah,
that.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more of a shoegaze than a acid house.
Okay. So where are you guys from? You're not from the same part of the country, are you?
Well, I was born in Manchester, but I'm based in Leeds, which is how we met, obviously. Yeah, I was born in Manchester, but then moved when I was young because my parents are different nationalities. My dad's English, mom's Spanish. That's why I'm half and half. But yeah, so I was born in Manchester and now back in Leeds, which is cool.
And I'm just Scouse, full Scouse. But I also live in Leeds now. Yes, so we were lucky enough to. Well, I think it was slightly coincidental that we live in the same place. We were put together by a production music company to write for film and TV. I think it was just kind of luck that we lived in the same city. To be honest, I don't think they did it on purpose. So, yeah.
How did they get you to do you two together then? Was it just like we'll pick you and put you in the same room?
Well, I was on a mentorship kind of scheme, so I was put with Simon was my mentor at the time.
Okay.
Slightly hilarious at this point, Leah.
Yeah.
That any kind of responsibility, but yes,
I forgot about that massively as soon as we started. But
yeah, it didn't really feel like that. No. So I worked for the label and was one of their producers, and they started this apprenticeship scheme with Leeds Conservatoire, which is where Leah was, and so a number of producers got paired up with different people who were looking to break into that kind of sync TV writing, and I got Leah, and So when we were given a brief to kind of write along, they wanted us to write something that sounded like London grammar. So we sort of did that, and then we sort of fairly quickly lost patience, and ended up slightly thinking, oh, maybe this is good.
Maybe this is its own thing.
Yeah. Did you ever think of bringing any other people into the band, or?
We have actually, for the live stuff, certainly we've thought about it, and we've worked with a friend of mine to do some drumming for the live sets and things like that. But there is something there's something nice about a two-piece, actually. It definitely saves on the amount of organization.
Yeah, I've used that before.
Yeah. Well, purely practically speaking, two is really useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a similar comment from the Virgin Marys, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they were like, because they now, they got down to a two-piece.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, well, it just saves on everything.
So one
technically it's a lot easier. And
yeah. Less people to be on the same page, eh?
Yeah, exactly. We're temperamental, me and Leah. We're awful to work.
Awful to work with.
No, yes, hopefully I'm joking. I think Yeah, I don't think. I think we might increase it as we go. I think we're just really developing the sort of live side of it because we've we didn't have enough songs, but we're doing a festival in a month or so, so that'll be really nice to kind of try it out in a live environment.
Yeah.
Are you gonna like have a full band then, or
It'll be just us.
just you two and a drummer, or just you two full?
Oh, just us. It'll currently be a bit of a mix of like some track and me playing as many instruments as I possibly can fit in the background.
Okay,
That's pretty much the plan.
We don't need a band.
play...
We've got Simon.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
You play piano or?
Oh, I don't. I'm just singing. I mean, I probably should play piano to be honest at this rate.
Got to encourage Leah to get the piano out a little bit.
Get the keyboard out.
Definitely.
I don't have a portable one to be fair. I've only got a MIDI one, so we need to find one for that. But
maybe Simon can sort that out for you.
Hey, listen, leave it with me. I'll roadie as well. I'm just that guy. So no, it's interesting. We have brought people in, but it's like, I guess it's a big commitment to be in a band, isn't it? It's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, and so at this point, I think, well, whilst we're still finding our feet a little bit, I'm just slightly reluctant to kind of make anyone give up swathes of their time to join our little band. But equally, yeah, there's something good about a two-piece.
Yeah. If you can make it work, I mean, there's been some famous two pieces, hasn't there? Really, like Chaz and Dave, and
yeah, we have very like Chaz and Dave. definitely want to Leah there. You know who Chaz and Dave are? There?
Probably not.
Trying to think of like I was about to say they're like Ant and Dec for another generation, but they're really not.
No, they're never like Ant and Dec.
They were like two Cockney geezers who did like sort of pub upright piano-y fun songs. They're great, actually. They're really great. Yeah, really good.
They're really talented songwriters, actually.
Yeah, I look a bit like one of them currently.
Yeah, a little bit like Chaz with that beard.
Yeah, I look got a bit of Chaz vibe. So yeah, Chaz. I guess it's more of like a Yazoo or more of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like an 80s, like a guy with some laptops and synthesizers and guitars and someone singing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long have you been together then? Not long, or
a year? Over a year. Well, yeah,
it is a year. Yeah, because I was in a different house. Yeah, so we started writing, but like we said, it was kind of a writing project for a while, and then so we didn't actually meet for ages. We were just kind of sending stuff online, and then I think we had a coffee, and it was like, should be. It's a really exciting origin.
We actually do it.
We just be a band? Is that what this is? Because Leah's got her Leah's got her own stuff, which is tremendous. Like, if anyone's listening, please go and check Leah out. And we just thought, and I've got, I make horrible noise in rock bands, so I it was kind of didn't really make sense for it to be under either of those things, so we had to invent a new thing.
Yeah. So you're a producer then, I take it?
Yes. Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
an award-winning one.
An award-winning producer. No,
you're an award-winning producer.
Listen.
All right, how many awards have you won?
I can't. I'd be too embarrassed to show you around this room because it's just laid with trophies, and Brit Awards and Grammys and I mean, a production music award. I think that's the best I've got. Yes, so I've been lucky enough to work with lots of people over the years, and I basically like look at the state of me, Terry. I mean, I shouldn't still be in bands, right? This is a bit of a laugh that I'm still doing this kind of stuff. I'm hanging on by my fingernails to credibility at my age. So it's a joy to still be involved with making music and playing music, and long may it continue.
We're not going to give up your production work anytime soon, I guess.
No, I do love doing that. And I get to work with lots of really interesting people and have done in the past. But actually, at the moment, I'm quite enjoying doing this kind of thing, which is a little bit more. I've been writing to brief for quite a long time, or writing to what guidance from a songwriter who wants a particular direction. And this is quite nice because we don't have to do that. We could just do what we like.
Yeah, you can let it all go,
Exactly.
you know. So what's
Yeah.
your plans? Like, are you planning for world domination or?
Oh yeah, it's got to be a world tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll keep making music. Past this EP, it's not even fully out yet, to be fair. But past this one, we're going to keep, I assume, making music. And then just whatever comes of it, really. We do it for fun. So,
Yeah, that's always the best way. I
kind
mean,
of, yeah.
you know, obviously Simon's got his more serious side with his production work, but if you can keep this a bit of fun, if you like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, I'd feel very fortunate to be able to do this kind of stuff. And that listen, we'd be a cheap band to book. There's only two of us, right? We wouldn't the world tour could be kept well within budget. Just need a laptop, a couple of guitars, microphone. See you in Rio.
Yeah. Couple of pedals maybe.
Yeah.
Put it
Oh,
on a loop.
massive amount of pedals. Simon loves his pedals. He's got a
I'd
great
take another
collection.
pedal. I'd take another pedal. Yeah, so you guarantee like good show.
Does you play guitar or
Oh,
anything then, Simon?
yes. So I think just it comes with the job really. That when you're a producer, you kind of become a bit of a jack of all, master of none. But I guess my first instrument would be the guitar. But I'm currently, I know Leah hasn't seen this yet because we yet to begin our rehearsals in earnest. I'm currently working on playing. I've only got about 7 songs, and I'm aiming to play over 7 instruments over the course of the show. So I'm not very good at any of them, but I just thought it'd be funny if I basically played a different instrument on every song.
Or are you gonna or are you gonna have like a full band setup and then just rotate?
Yeah, and just walk around.
Well, I tell you what, I knew a band like that once. They were an American band. They were called. There's a massive spider on my ceiling. Sorry. They were called Maggie Pearson EJ. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they were like an American. What was it? Sort of like it was like folky rock, if you like, a little bit. I'm not quite sure how to categorize them really. But that's what they used to do. They used to be a three-piece, and they used to all switch instruments when they used to play live. They'd all like right, put the guitar down and go to the drums, and the other guy would pick the guitar up, from the drums, and they used to rotate. And I thought that was quite novel, to be honest.
Yeah. I think that this is going to look even stranger because
It
it's
probably will, yeah.
just me going over there now. Sorry, Leah. We should probably discuss this with you before I announce this.
No. I'll just be going like that.
Yeah, you can like,
Change
and
instrument,
now
hold up a curtain and then drop it.
watch him and not be able to play the harp. It's not harp. Yeah, so but again, that's part of being a two-piece because you kind of have to, you work within the parameters you've got. So it like that was always like my favorite two-piece was the White Stripes, right? When they came out, and that was the first time I really kind of thought, wow, what you can do with 2 people. And I've done it in guitar bands, but this is a different thing. So I'm excited.
Yeah, or you could just do a Sparks and just stand there,
Basically, that guy.
behind the keyboard and
Exactly. The guy in the back with a keyboard and a couple of other bits, and that's it. Just nodding politely.
I don't think he even nodded, did he? That guy from Sparks. Are they back together, aren't they? Are they back on the road?
Yeah. I think there's a great documentary about Sparks, actually, if you're a fan.
Is there?
There's a really great documentary from a few years ago.
I'm just showing my age now, so.
Another reference there, Sparks.
I'm just pretending to keep up, don't worry.
Yeah, you're a bit too young for all this, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I need to do my research a bit more.
You really, I mean, you honestly, don't worry about it. I mean, they're really good. Do check out Sparks, but yeah, I mean, in conversations about music, I do it as well. It doesn't even necessarily. It's not necessarily a generational thing. It's just like people who talk about bands you don't know about, and you have to kind of do that polite. Oh yeah, I've heard they're good. No idea.
Yeah, I had a guy on the podcast the other day, and he was asking me about bands like Sermon, and I've never heard of them. They're like this. I think they're like a death metal band or something. I was like, no, I don't know them. I'm afraid. Oh, you should check them out. You should check them out.
So on that basis, we should all just like keep referencing Faint Line to people like we're an existing really famous band.
Yeah,
Faint Line. That's crazy.
Faint Line. How did you come up with the name then, Faint Line?
Well, to be fair, we went through a few names and ended up with Faint Line, to be fair. It wasn't I can't remember what the other ones were that we went through. Actually, can you remember? There was
We liked Ghostwriter,
yeah,
but there was
yeah,
always Ghostwriter.
All right, okay.
yeah.
Um,
But we just liked Faint Line. It was just kind of mysterious, to be honest.
Coming up with band names is like the worst. It's
I
so
know.
hard.
I know. Tell me about it.
So
It's
yeah,
rubbish.
I think I like, and whenever I know that we're gonna have to like come up with one, it just drives me mad because I'm like, you can't stop thinking about it. It's if you've got OCD and you're trying to come up with a band name, it is like terrible combination because you can't stop.
It's an
No,
itch you can't
no.
scratch. Never satisfied.
Well, there used to be like a thing on the computer. You could put like your two words into it or whatever, and then it would like jumble them all up for a million times and then throw you something else. Is that still on the computer? Is that still a thing?
There's loads of generators. I'm sure there are just if
Yeah,
you just
generator.
put
Yeah, that's what I was
certain
trying to think.
words in, it will give you examples and stuff. To be fair, we probably could have done that. That probably would have given us an
Oh,
answer easily.
I did, Leah. I did.
Oh.
And then we'll start with you. Then you can't find a good one. You're still getting annoyed. And then everything sounds like a 90s shoegaze band or whatever. And then you look around and then you start going, vacuum cleaner. Because you just like
Yeah.
you've gone at this point. And I liked Faint Lines. And then I got everything sorted and we were Faint Lines. And then there's one of them already as well. So our poor graphics people and video editors, a company called Moose Laurels, who were amazing, had to re-edit everything like 4 times because of our band name issues. But I've got quite into Faint Line now. I like it.
Yeah. It's settled in for me nicely.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think it's most people's frame of, if you Google it, everyone's frame of reference is like a COVID test.
Okay.
No, it's even worse. I don't know if you've searched Faint Line on TikTok. It's the pregnancy tests. It just comes up with pregnancy tests.
Yeah,
It's the funniest thing. You try and search your own music, it just comes up with a bunch of videos of people taking pregnancy tests. It is ridiculous. It's interesting.
Well, hopefully they'll put your red tide behind it.
Yeah.
In the back for an advert.
Yeah.
I think our SEO isn't the best. I think that's a problem.
No, I'm not really going to go there now. I just had a really funny idea, but yeah, I've got a strange sense of humor sometimes.
Like band names, yeah, they're the worst. Like song titles are the same, to be honest. Like it can drive you mad, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but you can always pull a lyric, can you?
The standard move. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you don't have to really think outside the box.
Leave Leah to all mate. This is like not my job in this band. Like,
I mean, it's just using the lyric that people will remember the most or something that's interesting-ish from the lyrics is what I tend to do.
Yeah, that's the best way, yeah.
Leah won't say this herself. Sorry, Leah, I'm embarrassed you here, but she is like one of the best lyricists I've ever worked with. And as somebody like I've usually in the bands I've been in previously, I've been that person. So I'm quite like eye-rolly about other people's lyrics in general. These are unreal. Like, please, if anyone's busy listening to Red Tide or anything else we've done, you can forget about the lyrics a little because the vocals are so good.
Yeah.
But when you actually go, oh, she's just said that, it's pretty amazing stuff. So keep your ears peeled.
Yeah. You just touched on that your EP's not quite finished or not fully released. How many more songs you got coming out?
For this EP, just one more. There's one more.
Okay.
Yeah. But in the future, wink, wink.
Yeah, well, you got to be putting more together, haven't you? I mean,
we don't work at the highest of speeds. To be fair, though. We're not churning out the hits. It's fair to say. But yeah, I think we've this feels like a band meeting actually there now. But I feel like we've enjoyed it to the point where we do more, and be intriguing to see what because now we can delve a little because that was kind of all written via a brief, even though we took it somewhere else. But from at this point, we can just be Faint Line, whatever that might be.
Experiment a bit more would be fun.
Yeah. Well, do you feel like you've already found your sound, or are you going to be a bit more progressive? Or
I feel like even if we think we have, it will probably change because it always does for everyone, doesn't it? If you just keep making music, you'll always make something different.
Yeah.
So even if we said yes now, probably wouldn't be the case in like what, a little while from now.
Yeah, I think there's some practical elements because we were working to deadlines and things. So some of the tracks actually started lives as different instrumental projects that I'd done. And when I sent them to Leah, like it kind of, if you want to think of a top line for this, I didn't think some of them I was like very unsure that it would make any sense whatsoever as a band. But again, testament to Leah's skill, like that she'd send back her ideas and I'd be like, oh my God, that's a great song. And I didn't necessarily expect that. So, but actually at this point we can start writing things specifically for us rather than we were kind of just formulating stuff previously, but it just worked out well.
Yeah, okay. So I see you've got an upcoming gig on the 27th supporting Badly Drawn Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good that when you say it like that, doesn't it? Sound good.
It does, doesn't it? I mean, what's that, the Pews Festival? Party in the Pews?
So let I fully plug Party in the Pews. So Joe, who's a long-time associate of mine and worked with lots of my bands, runs an amazing festival in Macclesfield in a church every year called Party in the Pews, and she gets some brilliant artists. So this year it's the Future Heads and Badly Drawn Boy headlining amongst other, but there's some other great acts. But it's an incredible venue because it's just an old church, so you literally stood in as the congregation watching the band. Looks beautiful, sounds amazing. So yeah, supporting is like that's a bit of a PR.
Yeah, okay.
But we are on the same bill on the same day as Badly Drawn Boy.
We are playing before them, so technically.
Yeah. So are you playing on the same stage? Well, you must be playing in a church.
Yeah.
So,
same stage. Yeah. And I'm hoping to have a chat because he back in the day when the Hour of Bewilderbeast was out, I was obsessed. I just thought he was the greatest songwriter of his generation for certainly in that period. So yeah, I'm gonna fanboy it up big time.
Yeah, I'm sure you won't need to do that, Simon.
I think I'm bad around things like that. I get real giddy.
Oh, do you?
I met Graham Coxon from Blair once and didn't know what to do. I was just a dribbling mess because he's my guitar idol or whatever.
Yeah.
You ever met anyone famous there? Have you got like a?
I've met a couple of famous people in Spain, but no one on that. I mean, I think I might have met Badly Drawn Boy when I was very, very, very young. My dad used to play with them, but not that I would remember. Not that I could tell a story about at all.
Is your dad over? Is he coming to the gig?
No, he won't be here for it. That would have been a good in, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They would. You could have had a reunion. Where does he live? Does he live in Spain then? Does he?
They're in the Middle East at the moment. They're in Qatar.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm drilling for oil.
Play music, but yeah, they do that.
All right, cool. Well, will that be your first gig then?
Yeah.
As Faint Line?
Yeah,
no pressure then, no pressure.
I'm getting ready. Move
between
instruments at high speeds. Listen, let's be honest, Terry, we are lax. We are not well prepared. We are way behind in our planning and structure and organization. But in the last week before that gig, we are going to be
on fire. Yeah.
On fire. That's the name of the last song, Terry. You've just quoted the name of the last song on the EP.
Oh, no.
There you go. Just happened. Just happened. Yeah. So we're not the most organized, are we, Leah? We're a bit haphazard.
Yeah, but it works for us. I think. I like to think, at least.
Definitely, the magic will happen. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry, fans who are coming to the gig will be.
Magic can't be planned. It's fine.
Yeah. We're doing pre-season training the week before, and then we'll be all over it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be amazing anyway.
Fingers crossed. I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Well, you obviously are because you're going to be playing, or you're going to be supporting Badly Drawn Boys. So, like you said, you're going to be fanboying it.
Big time.
And yeah, we'll give a shout out again to Party in the Pews Festival then.
Yeah, if anyone's like interested, it's just like the best festival. I mean, it's for charity, and it's just honestly like it's got a really nice retro feel to it. Do Google it, see the bands. It's got great food trucks. It's really good.
And where is it?
Macclesfield.
In Macclesfield, okay.
And there's a bit of an after party as well. So listen, get involved.
I can't come. I'm gutted.
Badly Drawn Boy.
I know, it's a shame. It's a long way for me to come in. That's the problem.
Where are you? Sorry, Terry. Where are you?
I'm in the Netherlands.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, where are you from originally?
Wales, South Wales.
How have you ended up out there?
I just came over for work and like a quarter of a century ago almost, and I'm still here.
Right. Well, if there's any gigs going over there, like I say, we're cheap. We are cheap airfare. Leeds Bradford Airport to Amsterdam is buttons.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Well, I'm just outside of Eindhoven, so probably cheaper to go from Stansted.
Like I say, we're very low cost.
All right, then, guys, it's been really nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you so much for having us.
That's brilliant, and yeah, maybe you'll have a few more stories when I speak to you again.
We might have had a rehearsal. Who knows?
Yeah, you might have. Yeah. Well, I did see Leah playing on the old Facebook earlier on. I saw
In
it.
the very room.
Oh, was it in that room? Yeah.
Yeah, just a different angle.
Yeah, I just quickly checked it out. But yeah, I listened to all your EP. It was on when Leah came on actually. But yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's cool.
Thank you. That's really nice to hear because we're kind of doing it very much in our own little vortex. So it's nice that it's getting positive feedback.
Yeah. Cool. All right then. Like I said, thanks for speaking to me.
Thank you, Terry. Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
And
See you
you.
on the tour when we're in Europe.
Yeah, you will, man. You will. And yeah, hopefully you'll come back on again soon.
Yeah, later.
When you got a bit more to tell me. All right, cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Stop running out of sight. Fate resides in more than you'll ever know. More than you'll ever know. My body takes no mind, but my eyes see more than you'll ever know. teeth